Hello friends, today I was reading an article which was entitled Don't Make It Worse for Us, an MBBS doctor on postponement of NEET-PG exam. I was very inspired by that article because that article is not particularly pertaining to any particular field. Like it is basically for MBBS PG NEET-PG examination, but I have taken it as for each and every exam that candidates and students are preparing, be it 12th standard exam, be it UPSC, SSC, or be it any competitive examination, be it engineering examination or commerce or CA examination or any examination. These examinations are getting postponed day by day since last year. Many of the examinations as UGC NET as well, because in this year there are going to be 3 UGC NET or CSIR NET examinations. Since last year there was only one, and as per the rules of UGC and CSIR NET, there are supposed to be 2 examinations per year, but last year it was only one. So in this year they have to conduct 3 examinations. So again the examination of UGC NET has been postponed, and we don't know when it's gonna happen. So the point is, these examinations are getting postponed. But why? Was it really essential to conduct rallies, to conduct election rallies, or to attend Kumbh? There was a story I was reading, an article 2 or 3 days back. It was a story regarding a person named Mahant Das. I'm not going to prejudice anyone, but that article mentioned Mahant Das. It might be a true name, it might be a fake name, but that person basically attended the Kumbh Mela, and he went all the way to Kumbh Mela and enjoyed all the gathering, all the holy gathering, and sang the Holy Ganges song and everything with the people around them. And when he returned, he traveled to 621 miles or 621 kilometers or almost to not 621 miles, 621 kilometers to Varanasi, I guess. I don't remember it was 621 miles or 621 kilometers. Nevertheless, it was basically he traveled to Varanasi from train, and then from that place he took a shared cab with his son to his own village. At some point of time, after a week or certain, he was a 70-year-old man, so he got tested positive of COVID. It's obviously possible because he attended that gathering and he was tested positive. Then after a week or so, 25 people in the village tested positive, and 9 of them died of COVID. So the point I want to clarify is, does a candidate who has been obliged to follow the COVID norms in each and every examination, who has been obliged to sign a declaration, who has been obliged to file anything, who has been obliged to testify that he hasn't been there haven't been any symptoms of COVID in the past 14 or 15 days, and he is basically taking all the credibility to himself, and if he tested positive, he'll be judged as a judicial matter, he'll be judged as criminalized offense or anything. Does that person responsible for this crisis, this spread, or the government who is basically responsible for organizing such events or such rallies in elections or the Kumbh and everything? Well, that thing has happened already. So what I am going to tell you, what I am going to urge is, don't ever in the coming months, because this is a huge wave, and this is I don't even hope that the third wave would appear. Because being a biology candidate, being a biology student, I know what a mutant is, how virus can multiply, how mutations are, and how it can affect. A common person doesn't understand the virus. He is just like, this is a new variant, but that person doesn't know what a variant is, what a strain is. So the point is, you have to understand that social gathering is banned, and it's gonna be banned until the government will say the lockdown is over. or if the cases are normal, if the percentages are less, the lockdown is over. But still, you have to follow the norms. You have to follow the protocol until and unless there is not a single case in the country, because this is something very serious. This is very very serious. People are dying यार, मतलब लोग मर रहे हैं. तुम कितना सोचोगे, कितना कितना मतलब कितनी रिलैक्सेशन, कितने बारे कितनी चीजें सोचोगे. द गवर्नमेंट हैज फेल्ड. लास्ट ईयर उनको बोला गया था कि वी हैव टू, मतलब प्रिपरेशंस करनी चाहिए, सब कुछ होना चाहिए था, बट नहीं हो पाया, नहीं फॉलो हो पाया. अब लेकिन क्या कर सकते हैं. आई एम सॉरी, आई एम be reading all these articles in newspaper and reading all these news of people dying, of people suffocating, and watching all the videos and everything, that brings negativity to a person. So that's what I'm going to tell you. Do not focus your attention on that matter, because that's basically not gonna stop, because you are responsible for each and every person who is dying. If in past 1 year you have followed you have disregard any COVID norm, or you have attended any social gathering or anything, and even if you are a COVID positive person and you are traveling in a car and you are having a party with anyone, that is basically a bad thing for any person, bad thing for the people, bad thing for the country, and bad thing for, I think, the future generation. So I don't think this problem is going to solve easily in our country, because our country is I don't want to say, but each and every person know how people work in our country, how things go in our country, how people are black marketing things, how oxygen cylinders are more costlier, remdesivir are more costlier. But the people that are suffering and that will suffer are students and the future generation, because they are the foundation of our country, and we are not allowing them to give them examinations. We are not we are not conducting examinations just because the COVID cases are rise higher. Obviously we cannot afford any more drastic change, or any more a third wave or anything. But certain things should be considered, and I really hope that in future our government should take several measures, which it obviously it's taking, but it's not gonna work. It's not enough. I mean, in 2022 there are, I think, elections in some state. I don't remember where. I think in no, I don't remember. So just ignore that. So there are elections in 2022. I don't remember the state, but what will gonna happen if? Okay, so I'm not gonna go negative. I'm not gonna think negative, because there are thoughts in my mind. There are situations which are going on, because as far the scales are the stats are there now, we have to understand that even the cases are below 1% or 2% in as of the whole country, and if we still are careless and we still repeat the things which we have done in January and December, and if we still want to go hang out in Goa, and we are still want to go trekking, and if we still want to celebrate or hang out with our friends in bars and public places and discos and pubs and anything, then it's not gonna change. It's seriously not gonna change. So I'm gonna conclude my long speech. It's 9:30. I think 9 minutes and 30 seconds around. And as usual, I don't care how do I look. But seriously, the country needs us. Even a small contribution, even just anything, any commitment you want to give, anything you want to share, anything you have you have or anything you want to have in for our future generation, for sustainable management, for anything, just ask yourself that what you need. And if it's possible, if you want your future generation, if you want your children to take a breath in this country, then please I beg you to follow the norms, follow the COVID norms. एक रिक्शे वाले को भी अगर तुम देखो ना, और उसको भी बोलो कि हाँ यार मास्क नहीं लगा रखा, मास्क लगा ले, या अगर कोई रास्ते में कोई जा रहा है, अगर उसने मास्क नाक के नीचे कर रखा है तो उसको बोलो मास्क ऊपर कर ले, उसमें कुछ चला नहीं जाएगा.